Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be making these cute little pencil cases. They take less than 30 minutes to make. They're super easy, and it takes like I want to say half a yard of fabric to make.
And if you haven't already, please slam that subscribe button, mate. What are you waiting for?
So you need one piece of printer paper, a ruler, a marker, a 9-inch zipper, and 2 things of cotton fabric that are half a yard. So make sure they're different colors because you need one for lining and then the other one for the outside.
So the first thing I'm going to need y'all to do is put that paper, the ruler, and the marker to use.
So I need you guys to measure 23 centimeters for width and 14 centimeters for length. And then we're going to cut the pattern out per usual. Side note, y'all, I just got a haircut. I just got me a nice little bob. You feel me? I got a nice little bob. I don't know how to act. I keep looking both ways. I literally feel like this person right here, like I just don't know how to act. I look so good. Like I know I don't show my face on the camera, but just know I look good as hell with my new bob, my new do. You already know your girl. She can't stop looking both ways. Can't stop looking in the mirror. I guess you could say I'm feeling myself, like Beyonce and Nicki Minaj said.
Alright, so now it should look like this, and then just cut it out, and it should look like this once you cut it.
Okay, so before you get started, make sure you iron your fabric because it's going to be a lot easier to work with once it's ironed and it's crispy and it's looking nice and it's looking amazing. You already know. So yeah, here is me ironing. I'm going to fast speed through it so that way we can get to like the juicy part. So now what you want to do is you want to pin your pattern onto both of your fabrics and then cut. And if you want to learn how to make that cute little pin cushion, I will link it above. Once it is cut, it should look like this. And look how much better it looks now that it's ironed. So what you want to do is place the fabrics on top of each other and then place your good fabric on the top and then place the zipper backwards where the head of the zipper is facing down, and then just pin the top of it like how I'm doing here. Once it is all pinned up, we're gonna sew directly on that line on the top. So you're gonna sew right on the top. So this is optional. You don't have to change your foot to zipper foot, but I did. And I got that zipper foot for my Singer machine on Amazon. So just start sewing and don't forget to backstitch. It should look like this now, and then now what you're gonna do is you're gonna top stitch it so that way it looks more professional. For this side, it's gonna be way easier to top stitch. As you can see, I switched it back to a normal regular sewing foot. It might give you a little hard time, but just pull the back of the fabric and then just keep sewing straight, and make sure you're not sewing on the zipper teeth, because if you sew on the zipper teeth, it's gonna be harder to close the zipper and it could break your needle. So keep that in mind, and if it does happen on accident, just start over. Just take the threads out, okay? So towards the end, it's going to be a little bit harder to sew because you need to zip the zipper back up. So what you're going to do is just take your needle out, zip the zipper back up, and then just sew like how you normally would sew, and be very careful of that metal piece at the end. Make sure you don't sew on top of it because that will break your needle, and always backstitch.
So it should now look like this, all top stitched, looking really professional.
So now you want to zip up the zipper, then grab the bottom of your fabric, and then you're going to pin it to the other side of the zipper that we haven't sewn on yet. So pin the top, make sure the ends are aligned. Then we're just going to sew it like how we did last time. It should now look like this, and then of course we're going to do it again, and we're going to top stitch the top part again like the last time. So once you finish top stitching, you want to put it on this side and then open the zipper up and flip it over onto the other side where you're just seeing your lining fabric. So now what you're going to do is just sew the ends. Do not sew the metal piece and do not sew the head of the zipper, and make sure you try to push those pieces so close together. So to find the middle, fold it hot dog style, and then you want to snip it like a little bit So that way when you place it flat, it'll go right on top of the little snip, and then you know it's right in the middle of the fabric, and then that's when you could start sewing.
And please do not forget to backstitch.
So do this to both sides. So once both sides have been sewn, as you can see, I sewed away from the metal piece. What you're gonna do is we're gonna trim it a little bit, like a tiny bit. Don't trim on the threads. So you're gonna need to cut a small piece of fabric, and then we're just gonna sew it on top of the edge, so that way the raw ends are gone. It'll look more clean and professional. And then once you have sewn that, we're just going to trim it a little bit, so that way it's like the same length as the top and bottom part. It should now look like this, and now what we're going to do is we're going to turn it inside out. So you could just open the zipper and just flip it over. And what you want to do is you want to stick your finger into the end, so that way you push the ends out, but it's already looking super cute. So you could either leave it like this, or if you want to fluff it up, I will show you how to fluff it up. And I have been making these pencil cases for like 5 years now. They have lasted a very, very long time. Like you could put like a decent amount of stuff in there. Like right now I'm putting like 3 things, but like you could put way more than that. Okay, to fluff it up, what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn it inside out, and then what you're gonna do is grab the ends, and then you're kind of gonna like make it into like a triangle and then sew on top. So let me get my, yeah, so you're just gonna sew on top of that. Like you're gonna push that top part down and then just make a triangle and sew on top, just a little bit. So that's how it should look, and you're gonna sew all 4 sides like that. And this is the final result. I mean, it doesn't look much different, but it's a little bit more fluffier, but these are so cute. I love these. I make so many all the time. I actually used to sell them. I didn't sell one. Listed 40 cents on Etsy. I'm not salty about it or anything, but yeah, these are super, super cute, super fun activity, especially for like beginners and people who are going to school. And honestly, it's just awesome to have like your own personal pencil case, unique and different than everybody else's. So
Hi usual, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.